Hey guys and girls, Ryan Martin from Revive here. So, just want to talk about a question. Well, in fact, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about when you actually eat, like the question of, no bread, what am I going to eat? It's something that one of my clients actually got asked the other day, and I thought, yeah, this is it's a topic that probably gets brought up quite a lot. People are so used to eating bread at every meal, especially in breakfast for toast, lunch for having a sandwich. And one of my clients got asked that question: "What, you can't have bread? What do you have for lunch?" And I mean, has this ever run through your mind? Have you ever wondered, well, what can you have if you're not going to have a sandwich for lunch? In truth, the options are endless. Now, I mean, this is to the marketing that's been done by the agriculture industries, etc. That you think breakfast has to be some sort of cereal or toast, and then lunch is a sandwich, and then at dinner time you can have something else. But I want you to get out of this mindset of thinking that you have to have certain foods for certain periods of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just eat real foods. And in reality, the options are endless that you can have for lunch. You could, even if you're going to, say with my clients, if you're going to make a lot of food for dinner, you can always make an excess amount and have that for lunch the next day. You haven't got to have bread, just have real foods, real ingredients, potatoes are potatoes, steak is steak, eggs are eggs, for example. And instead of bread, you've got options, as I said before, potatoes, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, quinoa, millet, lots of different options. And if you can have fruit before that, fruit before your meal, it's going to fill you up, then you're going to have your main meal. And it's just a thing that you don't, bread is highly allergenic, highly inflammatory. It's hydrolyzed now, it's refined. Most people, really in reality, if you're going to be making your own bread and you make it with 6 ingredients, one of those ingredients is water. It's completely different, especially if you're getting high quality ingredients. But the bread that you're getting on the market shelves today has got something upwards of 35 ingredients in it. And it used to be, the wheat today is completely different as well. It's hydrolyzed, it's bastardized. We used to have Emma and einkorn, about 14 and 28 chromosomes between them. Now it's up to like 50 chromosomes. This stuff's very hard to digest for a lot of people, and it causes huge inflammation. So many options are out there. You can have lunch, salads, soups, just real meals. And you're not going to be constantly, see, it's not the things you do every now and again anyway. If you're going to have a sandwich every now and again and you haven't got a chronic condition and it hasn't caused you issues, not too much of a problem, But if you are having problems with digestion these things, then the more you have them, the bigger the issue is going to come. And, as I said before, it's not what you do every now and again, it's what you do the majority of the time. So, if you're having cereals, gluten and wheat for breakfast, and a million other terrible ingredients, inflammatory ingredients in there. You've even finding iron filings now in these cereals, 46% sugar. And people wondering why kids running about with ADHD can't process, completely devoid of enzymes. And then you have that for breakfast, and you're going to have a sandwich for lunch, or pasta, or some sort of cheap option you're getting from shops. And we've seen it in the news recently, the ingredients in these sandwiches you're getting even from places like Pret a Manger. People are dying from eating this stuff. How fresh is it? So if you can get your own food from home, make your own food from home, you're going to be in a completely different world health-wise. You know what's going into it. And it might take a little bit of preparation, but once you start doing these things, it just becomes who you are. Bread, for example, is just something I don't eat anymore. That's just one option. But it gets to the point where for lunch, you're just eating real foods. Simple. Just eat real food. Something that Sean Croxton, I think he even put on a shirt, Jerf. Just think about this. Just eat real foods. And things like, if you want to have organic rice noodles, not a problem. Or rice, I mean, it is still processed. It is still a grain. So a lot of people, it doesn't do them a lot of good. But if you're someone that can get away with it, not so much of a problem. But bread, for example, is just one of the things that if you drop out bread, you're going to probably see hell of a lot of health improvements, from your digestion to your skin to your mental clarity to your energy. It'll be a lot better. Today's bread isn't really something that, if you were looking to be healthy, you want to be eating. And plus, a lot of stodge just fills you up, and you're not getting much from it. In fact, you're getting nothing from it. So, bread, what do you have to eat? As I said before, salads, soups, real food, sweet potato, butternut squash, if you need to, organic rice noodles, organic rice pasta. So many things that you can take, that you can have, and these things are going to be filling you up and giving you a lot more nutrients, and they're going to be a lot easier to digest than if you're just having bread, especially bread that's been store-bought. Next time you go in the supermarket, have a little look at the bread that you usually buy, at the ingredients, and see how many ingredients are actually in that bread. So before, it should be about 6. One of them's water, and, you know, but have a little look and see what they're using. It's quite scary. Turkey bacon, if you want to have turkey bacon, go for it. I mean, I don't know how nutritious turkey bacon actually is. I haven't had that. It's not something I usually eat. I don't usually have turkey bacon, Chris. So I'd have to actually look into it. But I'm guessing. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's going to be too nutritious, but I have a little look into it. But you know, all your meats in there. You got your chicken, beef, lamb, whatever it is. With all your vegetables, fibrous carbohydrates. People always worry about carbohydrates. It's not. Carbohydrates aren't the issue. It's what carbohydrates and when. But if you're having your fibrous carbohydrates, your broccoli, spinach, courgette, etc., and then you go into things like your mushrooms, peppers, salads, etc., it's all going to fill you up. It's all highly nutritious, and you're going to be getting a lot more out of it than having things like bread. Once you get rid of something like bread, it's just like cutting out certain things. It's not always the things you add in. People asking me, Ryan, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It's not always the things you add in. A lot of times it's the things you subtract. They're just as important, if not more important, than the things you're adding in. Ryan, what about turmeric? What about curcumin? Yeah, phenomenal. But they're magic bullets. Start cutting out things like bread, wheat, gluten, soy, coffee, alcohol in general. Have it every now and again. Okay, refined processed sugar. You know, white table salt. These are the things once you get rid of, you're going to have your health's just going to go. It's just going to skyrocket. Okay, guys and girls. So no bread. What can you have? Options are endless. Just have a little look into it. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Speak to you soon.